everyone, and welcome to Shell Point Today for Monday, January 4th. I'm Adam Brown. On today's show, we will find out about the specials available in the Island Salon from manager Robyn Church. David Pavey will talk about the Alpha course in the Academy of Lifelong Learning. And Anna Smith from FineMark Bank will discuss shopping with debit cards. First, don't forget about Wednesday's Do You Know Your Neighbor event. It will focus right here in the good old USA with the city of New York. Have you ever traveled to the Big Apple? Do you have family there? Interested in seeing the Statue of Liberty? Well, come join your Shell Point friends and neighbors for a time of story sharing and socializing, all about the bright lights and big city of New York. The fun takes place in the Social Center at 2:15 p.m. and light refreshments will be served. The Alpha course presents the basics of the Christian faith. It is a program that has been offered by every major church denomination throughout the United States, and it is used in 160 countries throughout the world. And now it is being presented right here at Shell Point through the Academy of Lifelong Learning. This is the opportunity to gain insight for those who are seeking spiritual answers to their questions of faith and life, as well as those who want to grow in their own faith. The complimentary dinner catered by the Palm Grill will be followed by video lectures and small group discussions. Here's David Pavey to discuss the course with Terry Kolath.
Hello, I'm Terry Kolath, and I'm here today with David Pavey. He lives in Coquina and serves as associate pastor at the Village Church. Thank you for joining me, David.
It's a pleasure.
Well, I have so enjoyed your devotionals that you do on Shell Point TV for all of us, and enjoy watching you on Village Church Connection. But today, we're going to talk about something you are helping to organize for Shell Point, and that's Alpha.
Yes, and thanks to the Academy for including the Alpha program as one of your courses.
Well, we're looking at all the dimensions of wellness at Shell Point on a regular basis. Life Quest helps us to refocus. And the spiritual dimension, this is just a natural for us to offer our residents the opportunity to look at their faith right here at home with a group.
Yes.
And this is brought to us by the church. Tell us a little bit about the background of Alpha.
Well, Alpha was, it comes out of Holy Trinity Church, an Episcopalian church in Britain, back in the 90s actually, but we have been running the program here for 13 years now. And it's a 10-week series of lectures, meals, and small group discussions in which we seek to explore the basis of the Christian message. And so people come from all kinds of backgrounds. This program is put on by every major denomination in the United States. It's been used around the world in 169 different countries, so millions of people have done it. And they're exploring. These are people who are looking for a refresher course in what they believe, what the Bible has to say. Why did Jesus die? Why should I pray? Why should I read the Bible? Did Jesus have to die? Who's the Holy Spirit? All of this kind of thing. And then we get together in small discussion groups and just ask a lot of questions. We like to say there are no wrong questions. And so it's not all top-down stuff. We learn from each other, and people go home having made new friends, having learned a lot about the Bible that they didn't know beforehand, and having themselves stretched a little bit. It's just a wonderful program.
Well, you know, David, when I took this course a few years back, I didn't know what to expect. I just know that I'm always on my faith journey, and I'm always trying to exercise my spirituality, and I thought, what a great opportunity. I was absolutely amazed. It really was life-changing to be able to talk with people that you see every day in a small group and share your feelings and listen to them and find out where everybody is on their journey. It was such a fabulous opportunity, and the dinner wasn't bad either.
Well, it's catered by the Palm Grill, so come on.
Well, what a gift. I'm always impressed by the gifts that the Village Church gives to the entire community.
Yes, because there's no charge for this. There's a cost to it, but no charge.
Yeah.
And so this runs from the 12th of January to the 15th of March. And this is a critical sign-up period. So sign-ups end on the 7th of January. and we still have a few places that are open. So
Right, so people call the Village Church and sign up as long as there are still openings available.
Exactly.
I think another thing that I find so interesting is your role here at Shell Point. Can we talk about that for a minute? We see you on Church Connections, and we know you're involved with the Village Church and share that with all of us on TV, but a little bit more about what you do.
well, we moved here 7 years ago, my wife and I, after serving in Europe most of our adult life in mission work. And for the first 2 or 3 years, we got to know people. I wrote my memoirs, did all kinds of good things while we had the time. And then when Ken Nesselroe was from the church was looking at retiring, he invited me to come on board and give a hand. And the role has slowly grown. So for the past 4 years, I've been serving as an assistant pastor, while also living here as a resident in Coquina Court. And so it's a great privilege. And to the church staff, I bring the point of view of a resident, because most of them live off campus.
Sure,
and
it's important.
and it's been very stimulating for me, and I hope helpful for the church. But this is sponsored by the church, but it's for anybody and everybody. This is not a recruiting tool for the Village Church. It's just to help people move forward in their spiritual journey.
And I think that's the point that's so wonderful, is we live in a community. You're the epitome of that, living and working here. I work here, and sometimes it feels like I'm living here because we get so caught up in all the gifts that are available to us here. But I really appreciate the opportunity to talk with you about this gift, because I can't say strongly enough how important it is to take this opportunity if you'd like to look at your faith a little bit more with like-minded people in your own community. What a wonderful
Great.
thing.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you so much.
Well, we hope that you will rush to the telephone and call the Village Church before all these spots are filled up, so that you can take advantage of a wonderful opportunity.
Salon and Spa Manager Robyn Church is standing by at the Island Salon to talk to us about the monthly specials she has available just for you. It seems it's all about the hair, and most women would probably agree.
Hi, my name is Robyn, and I'm here in the Island Salon, and it's January, and we have some great specials. We have 10% off all our hair care products. These two products here are great to promote shiny, healthy looking hair. We also have $5 off a color cut and style, and we have $2 off a hair cut and style. So this is a great time to come visit the salon. If you never have before, if you've never seen us before, just let our receptionist know, and you receive 20% off your first visit as well. So we look forward to seeing each and every one of you. Thank you, and have a great day.
Do you have a debit card? Do you know the difference between using a PIN number and signing for your purchases? Anna Smith of FineMark Bank has some words of advice to offer today about shopping with credit or debit.
Hello, I'm Anna Smith, Managing Executive with FineMark Bank on the island. In today's FineMark Minute, we are talking about debit card and the difference between using your PIN or using debit as credit and signing for your purchase. It's a question we've all heard when shopping credit or debit. It seems straightforward, but debit and credit transactions are processed differently. Here is how MasterCard explains it. When you use a debit card and your PIN number, the transaction is completed in real time, also known as an online transaction. You authorize the purchase with your PIN, and the money is immediately transferred from your bank account to the merchant. When you use a debit card as credit, it's considered an offline transaction. The funds for the offline transaction are deducted after the merchant settles the purchase with the credit card processor, and can take 2 to 3 days to be reflected in your account balance instead of immediately. However, choosing a debit card as credit doesn't really impact you or add more protection against identity theft, because the money still comes out of your checking account. At FineMark Bank, we suggest people use actual credit cards over debit cards, whether you're using a PIN or a signature. With a credit card, you are protected from identity theft. Your purchases can be protected from defects and failures, and disputes are handled before you have to pay for the disputed item. If you have any questions about what card you should use, feel free to stop by our office on the island or give us a call at 461-5999. With today's FineMark Minute, I'm Anna Smith.
And now it's time to take a look at today's happenings, menus, and Village Church connections. Right after this, listening to the Words Preview from David Howenstein.
We launch into the new year with a collection of stories and poems, both thoughtful and fun. That includes a story about what can happen when a grown-up tells children what they must not do. Also, a youngster simplifies his search for God in a conversation with his rabbi father. Also, Jeanette Batko reads aloud one of her own brand of fun-loving vignettes. And Shell Pointer Yvonne Schneff smiles broadly when she remembers an 8-year-old's sharp tongue. Shell Point resident Colleen Curry shares a stand-up one-liner from another Shell Pointer just before her post-operation trip to the pavilion. Oh yes, and then I share with you a holiday card like none I have ever received. David Howenstein inviting you to hear those and more in this week's 30-minute radio program that airs on Shell Point Channel 12 at the top and the bottom of each hour, all 7 days this week. As always, thank you for listening to the words.
Hello and welcome to the Happening segment of Shell Point TV. I'm Caitlin Van Scoy and I'm here with Bev Chanley, and we're going to let you know all of Monday's activities. We start at 8 o'clock with men's match play tennis at the Woodlands Tennis Courts. We move to 8:45 for virtual bowling at the Resident Activity Center. Badminton will be played at 9 o'clock at the game courts behind the Resident Activity Center. Then we move to 9:15 for billiards. They're going to be played in the Resident Activity Center. Lollygaggers Paddlers head out for their weekly outing at 9:15 from the kayak storage. And also at 9:15, pottery is available in the pottery studio. 10 o'clock is the time for men's match play tennis at the Woodlands. And the Suzy Q heads out to Matanzas on the Bay, leaving at 10 o'clock from the dock. At 10:15, Parkinson's Enrichment Group will be meeting in the community room of King's Crown. And at 10:30, Disciple Men's Bible Study Group will be at the game room of the Woodlands. At 10:45, Table Tennis Playing Clinic will be in the Tarpon Room on the island. And our last morning activity is Bar Ball Edition. That's a Health Connections class at 11:30. That's in the Health Club and currently closed. Here's Bev to tell you all about our afternoon.
Thank you, Caitlin. At 12 o'clock today, there'll be Mahjong played in the Sable Room down at the Woodlands. Samba, the card game, will be played at the Resident Activity Center at 1:15. Our model train room will be open down in the tunnel from 1:30 to 3:30 for tours. We have a Health Connections class at 1:45, balance and mobility training for beginners. That's in the Health Club and currently full. At 2 o'clock, we have the Beady-Eyed Bead Club in the Oak Room of the Woodlands. We have another Health Connections class at 3. It's Pilates Stretch, and that's in the Health Club on the island. And at 5 o'clock, the singles table at the Crystal Dining Room will be set up if you're interested. Now we're going to jump to 6:30 for the Beginners Square Dancing Group. That's in the Health Club on the island. And Duplicate Bridge will be in the game room of the Woodlands at 6:30. Our final activity of the day is a 7:30 Square Dancing Group at the Health Club. Well, thank you for joining us today, and we will see you back here again tomorrow.
Menus for Monday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is beef stew in a bread bowl served with roasted beets. The dinner special is Old Home Cooking Night for $13.95. The soup of the day is Senate Bean. In the Island Cafe for lunch, the special is a mushroom Swiss burger with fries for $7.75. The dinner special is Polynesian chicken over rice with snow peas for $8.75. And the Palm Grill is closed on Mondays. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Hi, I'm Randy Woods. It's a privilege to serve as the Minister of Worship and Music here at the Village Church at Shell Point. And again this year, I'm privileged to talk to you about our Season of Praise concert series. As in the past, this year we will continue to present some outstanding inspirational concerts and programs throughout the season. As we start the new year, the tradition has been to have Tim Zimmerman and the King's Brass. And again this season in January, we will welcome the King's Brass here to the Village Church. You'll not want to miss the music. It has such variety between the toe tapping and those moments of awe as the brass players and the organ swell to a grand crescendo and expressions of praise. And this year we'll be pleased to have some of our own residents participate in the concert as well. And then in March, there are 2 concerts, the Indiana Wesleyan University Chorale. And what a great opportunity it is to welcome the energy, the zeal of youth right back to the church and to share in their ministry of song. As the choir in the past has been with us, I know again this season you'll enjoy the diversity of their program and the excellence of their music as they share with us in March. In Easter, we're looking forward to having Rachel Park with us. Rachel is a phenomenal musician as a pianist and an organist. As she's finishing her doctorate program this season, she'll be presenting a solo recital. She had been with us in January with the King's Brass as their accompanist, but now as a pianist and an organist, she will share in our Easter celebration, playing for the Sunday morning service as well as a Sunday night solo concert on Easter Sunday. And then we conclude the Season of Praise concert series in April with Tenore, which is a 3-tenor male ensemble. Very unique and certainly winning a lot of awards. These young men serve in churches throughout the country as worship leaders, as soloists, and they combine their hearts, their talents, their voices for a special concert in April. The Season of Praise continues with these exceptional opportunities for us to gather and worship, to celebrate God's goodness through the arts. So I trust that you'll get your tickets and join us. You can come to the church and get your tickets right here at the church during regular office hours, or you can go online at shellpoint.org/SOP for Season of Praise. There's a brochure available at the church as well as the Activity Center. You can get your copy, but be sure to get tickets, $10 per person for each of those concerts, and we look forward to seeing you throughout the season as we share in this celebration of praise unto the Lord.
Thanks for joining us for today's program. Return tomorrow when we'll learn what's in store for the Shell Point concert series. We'll find out about computers at the upcoming LifeQuest Expo, and we'll discover what happens when residents face each other with paddle in hand out of the pickleball courts. Until then, this has been Shell Point Today for Monday, January 7th. I'm Adam Brown, thanking you for joining us today, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow.